Alright, this is Andrew with Jodo Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today here in Bountiful. Just think about what city we're in. We're at 146 Country Springs Circle. And we have the camera pushed out 115 feet. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So that first connection point is called the nose on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. And it looks like a good connection there. This is PVC pipe. This is what they use on most new construction. So one of the main things I'm looking at is for any standing water. I did find a little bit here, which means that you have a little bit of bad grade in a couple of spots. But the good news is that it wasn't incredibly long, and it also wasn't holding a lot of waste as a result. I would consider those to be bellies, and we'll talk about it more once we get to those spots. Running water is fine. What we've seen so far is normal. I was running water through the tub to help push my camera out. Looks like now it's about done draining, but none of that was concerning so far. Right here, this is where we're starting to see some, well, no, that was actually just a little tiny bit. Right here. So this is stagnant water. This is called a belly. I mean, that was again very short, very shallow. Not a huge concern with that one. I'm wondering, because I think that was the one that was a little longer and a little deeper when I pushed my camera through. Sometimes what happens is I push my camera through and it clears out some buildup, and then it allows the line to drain a little better. And so hopefully that's the worst that we see, because that wasn't too bad. Still plastic, which is good. I've not seen any roots. Now we're transitioning to ABS. It's a different type of plastic. So it looks like that PVC line, the white colored one, has dropped a little bit, where you have a little bit of an offset. Sometimes around this age, they would use this rubber connection called a Fernco. You're not supposed to bury them. And the reason you're not supposed to is because they can move around, and they're not as rigid as a glue joint. So it looks like maybe that's what happened here. Luckily, it's dropping into the next line, where if it was opposite and you had the lip on the bottom where the black pipe had dropped, then it's going to be a lot more likely for waste to get stuck there. As long as this one quits moving, then I would imagine it continues to perform the way that you want it to. It's certainly not ideal. And if, for instance, it continued to move, that could break the boot, where it could start to leak there. And so if you wanted a real permanent option, it would be digging it up, which is right outside the house usually. But I might consider getting the insurance on it. You can get HomeServe. It's about $15 a month. And that way, if you do have a break, they can put money towards it. I think that might be a good option here, because there's also a very good chance that that is done moving. I would also make sure you don't have any downspouts draining by that clean out. I think as you go up the driveway, right hand side of the driveway, that corner of the house, I think that's where the clean out is. And so that's probably roughly the area where that has offset. Very good. So overall, the line looks good. A little bit of standing water, not ideal, but it was not very long. Pretty subtle. Not ideal, but not. Didn't look like a huge concern with how minor this one was. And then you had a one offset, which I described. I would recommend getting the insurance on it. Again, HomeServe is one of the more popular options, but some insurance companies, homeowners insurance companies, can offer it as well. We're going to end this recording.